For the third consecutive year, West Africa is facing a food insecurity crisis. This region of the continent, which includes 16 states and nearly 400 million inhabitants, is facing a series of interdependent factors.
There are several determinants that have brought us here. There are the effects of climate change that we have been dragging behind us since 1973. With the great drought that we had, there have been other example extreme events. Also in terms of drought, the 1980s, we remember that too. There were market crises, but today, in addition to this major factor, we have the factor of civil insecurity.
This means that there is an urgent need to meet the challenges of food security in this region of the continent. It is in this perspective that Lomé recently hosted the launch of the West African Food System Resilience Program under the leadership of ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, with SILS, the Permanent Interstate Committee for Drought Control in the Sahel, and CORAF, the West and Central African Council for Agricultural Research.
We decided to set up this major program to strengthen the resilience of food systems in West Africa, taking into account the achievements of the first program, which had defined and popularized many cutting-edge technologies, but which only reached a maximum of 15 or even 20% of farms in the region. So, we must scale up this result.
Et donc, il faut porter à l'échelle en compte l'ensemble des risques qui sont liés au secteur de l'agriculture.
The World Bank is committed to providing technical and financial support to governments and institutions in West Africa in their efforts to adapt to climate change. What is interesting about these programs is that 4 countries have already adopted them, namely Mali, Togo, Niger and Burkina, and 3 countries are in the process of entering the program in the second phase. I think that what we expect from these countries is first to accelerate the implementation on the first phase. Projects have been adopted. It's $400 million for 4 countries. So, if they manage to quickly implement the activities that have been identified, this will already have an impact. The program is attracting great interest in these beneficiary countries. It is now a question of ensuring that it is implemented in the best possible conditions for success. In this regard, what should be expected from the countries concerned?
We expect from the state to complete the regional mechanism because we have common problems. If the states do some work and we, at the regional level, do not complement the actions of the states, there will not be the complementarity that we're looking for. If we also develop initiatives at the regional level and these are not complemented by activities at the national level, there will be a disconnection. This is why we talk about a regional program. These are the same components at the country level as at the regional level, except that we, at the regional level, only deal with subjects of common interest to all the states. Each country focuses on the specific problems in its country. But as soon as we touch on the issue of trade, the issue of standards, the issue of regulation, the issue of knowledge sharing, the issue of information dissemination, you can see right away that it is more interesting to be together rather than to be separated state by state to address these issues.
West Africa now has its own program to sustainably reduce food insecurity in its region. It will be especially important to manage its implementation in accordance with the recommendations of the work that preceded the launch of the program in Lomé by uniting all the forces of the region.